organization. And over the next 25 minutes or so, we're going to run you through just a few of the highlights of the new release, including a focus on the following things: the general features in the end-user release. We'll talk a little around the customization and some other features. And with the new brand release from Sage, we'll talk around some of the marketing collateral, both in support of this new release and the existing material that has been rebranded to match. So first of all, let's take a look at the end-user feature. And in particular, we're going to focus really on four pillars, if you like, of the new release. This four-pillar approach really is derived from some overarching ideas that have informed the development goals. And in particular, Gartner, the analyst firm, talks of the nexus of forces that are driving technology today. And in those forces are social, mobility, cloud, and information. Social, well, if you think about the world we live in today, we're linking people to work and each other in new and quite unexpected ways. And so the whole concept of social CRM has taken on a whole life of its own. Mobility, of course, we're all very familiar with the world we live in now, where information can be at our fingertips anywhere, anytime. And we're doing that through devices such as telephones, smartphones, tablets of varying descriptions, and even through working at home. And so mobility is an important design pillar to provide a social and working platform for CRM wherever we are. Cloud, of course, is very, very important as well, and Sage CRM has always been an internet-delivered type product through a browser, and we are spending increasingly on the cloud enablement of that as well. And finally, information, which we'll talk around a little on the whole reporting in the pillar third along there. This enhanced reporting to get more information and do more with the information that is available in your organization. So we'll talk a little more on each of these four and see how we've taken those nexus of forces and used it to inform the development. So let's have a look at mobility first of all. And as I mentioned, the mobility trends, we are all surrounded these days by devices that let us work anywhere, anytime. And the whole bring your own device movement very much at the forefront of the way businesses have their own employees consume and use information. Mobile, social, cloud experiences have changed the information gathering and aggregation businesses. In fact, by 2014, some 20% of sales organizations will consider the iPad or similar types of technologies the primary mobile platform for their field sales force. So to that end, we're recognizing that, and we've developed some discrete apps to add extra capability to our already mobile delivered strategy in terms of browser enablement. So we're delivering two new apps in this release, one for the iPad operating system and one for the Windows 8 platform, as well as full support for an iOS optimized user interface. So let's take a look at each of these, shall we? So first of all, on the left-hand side, it's the Sage CRM Sales Tracker. So this is a Windows 8 delivered app. It's driven by research with our stakeholders, and we're releasing a feature set here that allows you to store customer information on your device. You can retrieve that quickly and easily wherever you are from any location. You can have opportunity management where you can track opportunities right from the beginning to the end. You can have a watch list. Keep an eye on the customers that are important to you. You can search for customers by name from any area in the application, and very rich graphical views as well, as you can see on that screenshot there. And that's available on the Windows 8 platform, so we're leveraging some of the emerging technology that's coming out the door. And the idea is there you would have that system in the first instance synchronized to your locally installed CRM hub of information, or indeed if you're running in the cloud, to pick it off from there as well, so that you've got something on device you can work with. On the right-hand side, this is the Sage CRM Sales Lite for iPhone. It gives you access to all your Sage CRM people and opportunity records, as well as recent communications, directly from the phone. You can also access a timeline-style snapshot of recently viewed opportunities, cases, and communications. And when you make a call or send an SMS to a Sage CRM person from your phone, the record is pushed up to Sage CRM and stored as a communication. You can also upload photographs you take on your phone to the Sage CRM system too. So taking advantage of all the native functionality in the product, including the mapping component on the iPhone, to help you better utilize the information you have with you on your device as you're out and about in the field. Looking at and thinking about some of those other nexus of forces or pillars of development, if you like, social CRM is a big, big thrust. Now, for those of you that have been following the Sage CRM story for a few years now, we've had the ability to link out to LinkedIn information through the Sage CRM interface, the ability to see who you're connected to, maybe the handle of people that are linked to you on CRM. And similarly for Twitter, the ability to hold the description or the handle, the name of the person you're dealing with, so that your CRM instance and the details you know of people also includes all the interactions that might be going on outside CRM, in the Twitter sphere in my example there, so that you can keep a track and watch about what's being talked about out there from your known people, and then to capture that information out of the ethosphere and keep it in CRM for future references. Well, the Facebook integration is just another step on that road. So we're looking at the blurring of personal and business and that large social graph, really, that's extended networks create, and that rich set of data that is available elsewhere that you could use and perhaps should track inside Sage CRM. So what we're doing here is really driving home the story that while CRM should be at the heart of every business, the reality is there is other information on other networks that are out there. And you need a way of linking that together to keep track of things and capturing any relevant information that you might have to let those social applications help provide an even richer source of information so that you can analyze and generate insights. So with the Facebook piece, CRM 7.2 allows you to view company and person's Facebook information directly from the company and person summary tabs. So whether you're a salesperson who wants a better insight into the person you're about to meet, whether you're a customer service agent who wants to get a better picture of the company you're resolving an issue for, the Sage CRM records themselves at the core of your business can be supplemented with Facebook data to give you an extra edge, a bit more information, to be more in touch with your customers. Now, in a similar vein, we've also taken another step towards collaboration. So again, we'd like CRM and we believe CRM should be the hub of every business, but there are times when you would want to have a collaboration with colleagues, either internally or in through the larger connected network of business, such as you can chat online, share ideas, and that's termed business collaboration. So what we've done is we've used the Yammer product to embed that collaboration capability direct into Sage CRM. So it enables business to carry on an internal social network and collaboration tool so you can discover conversations, share ideas, collaborate in real time around things such as opportunities, leads, support cases, etc. So the idea is those communities can be formed for specific purposes, like maybe working on a particular sales deal, a particular lead, get all the right people invited into that social space to collaborate, share ideas, deal with the piece of business at hand, and then capture any relevant information back into CRM, but then just potentially dissolve that community for that period of time. So it's bringing that related content and people together wherever they are to create a great working environment, and then facilitating that through CRM, capturing the data on the way. So the sorts of things you can do are viewing and posting to your own feed within CRM, aggregating company-specific stories within Sage CRM, posting to a news feed, searching for information on a feed, inboxing other people on the team or even further beyond CRM, and a whole lot more. So it's bringing that collaboration to the hub of your CRM system. Now, we talked earlier around the pillars, the nexus of forces, and we talked about better business information. And one of those is very important to us, and that's the ability to, now that you've captured a lot of data in CRM, to be able to get to it, to use it well, to make it available for people in an easy-to-consume format. It's all about understanding and doing more with the business information you have to get your greatest impact and capitalize on that data. So as a direct result of your input through the Ideas Hub on the community and the voting of that, as well as results from the Sage CRM support teams around the world. We've done a few things here, including most notably, because of the Ideas Hub, cloning existing reports. So for many of you, you had a report that was about 80% of what you needed, but you just wanted to take that 80%, copy it, change it up a bit more, and then have another report that is equally as valuable. So the ability now in the product to clone reports is there. One of the challenges thrown to us recently has been as well, I don't want people maybe who have a grudge, perhaps people who are leaving an organization, to just export everything out through a report and take that data with them. So we've now throttled the ability of individual users to export information out en masse, just giving you better control and ownership of that rich asset that is your company's data. With the move to mobility and Sage CRM's ability to run across multiple browsers, we've adapted the way the charting works. Now, previously that would have been a Flash-enabled delivery. Flash, as I'm sure you know, doesn't work on various devices or has alternative approaches. So we've decided to do away with that and then support both of the agnostic browser and the multiple device delivery we now offer. We're generating all our charts in HTML5. So as it says there, Flash not required anymore. Part of this new work with the Fusion widgets charts as well has seen us deliver some new chart types and some more chart customization capability. So if you're in the business of wanting to make some good-looking reports, I'd encourage you to take a look at the Fusion widgets library that has been shipped and have a look at the sorts of things you can do for customizations. Some user experience enhancements I'd like to make you aware of as well. One of the things that used to bug a lot of people, if you're out of the office for a day or two, maybe you hadn't logged into CRM, or even if you were logged into CRM but had a lot of notifications, oftentimes they'd stack up and they take a lot of the screen real estate in the product. Now you could always make them go away by dismissing them, but that wasn't ideal. So what we've done now is move the notifications to the top left area there. As you can see in my screenshot, you have a nice elegant icon that just reflects the number of active notifications. And you can expand that and see what's inside, or hide them away again, unsnooze and dismiss like you always used to be. It's leading some of the evolution of the UI, the user interface, and how we are cleaning it up and making it more usable. And this is just the very beginning of a change you'll see in the overall product. On the right-hand side, for those of you who remember the old days of Sage CRM where we had our own browser back and forward buttons, which were in place to better manage the user experience, in other words, to make sure that people did go back to where they were previously versus using the top buttons. Well, now that we've removed the frame sets from the product, again, something we did in reflection of moving to multi-device and multi-browser installations, we don't have to have those embedded buttons anymore. Users can simply use the back and forward buttons in the browser that they would normally use with any other application. So ease of use is a big thing here, just reminding people that those buttons are now changing. And if you're a user of HTML help, or even if you're not, I'd encourage you to have a look at the help. We've redesigned the interface, make it easier to navigate around, to search, to find the things you need. And it's in reflection of, again, this move towards supporting multiple browsers, multiple devices, just making it generally easier to use the system. Let's take a brief look at the customization and other feature improvements for you. And I think the one that many of us are very excited about, both from an upgradability point of view, but also a design and configuration point of view, is the new client-side API. Now, for those of you that are familiar with maybe using scripting in custom content areas, on-change, on-save type scripts, things like that, very powerful part of the product that lets you control screen behaviors and save routines and things like that. The only slight challenge has always been that upgrading sometimes meant you had to go back and change a few things. You maybe had to just check all those configurations you've done and customizations you've done. Well, we're taking away a lot of that pain by making a much richer but much simpler client-side API. So it's a simplified, specialized set of code libraries that really allow you to do some great on-screen customizations. Things like highlighting a field in yellow, for example, when a user maybe has missed it, or it's an important field. Maybe controlling the way certain values can be entered into a field. So this is all can be done now through the client-side API, through 50 and more available functions that are designed to be upgrade safe. It's an important new option, particularly if you're a partner developing on behalf of customers, and you're developing extensions or customizations that will work in the new and future releases of Sage CRM. It's giving you, through the API, a safe and supported option for customizing this new frameless interface. It's also very simple to have a play with. You can start looking at the new API in 7.2 just by opening a JavaScript console straight within the browser and just having a tinker, because you can then get all the objects available client-side to use. So I'd encourage you, particularly if you're in the mode of configuring and customizing, to take a look at that. We touched earlier on the library of widgets. Just a reminder there that if you're in the business of customizing or developing new dashboards for clients, have a look here at the new library of widgets and the new way that they can be quickly and simply customized. Finally, for those of you that maybe have had challenges with the Tomcat environment in supporting things like dashboards and so forth inside Sage CRM, the challenge has been not so much our implementation of it, but things when, for example, there was a new Java runtime engine distributed automatically down to the operating server. Oftentimes that would go through automatically without the system administrator knowing, and occasionally caused problems with our interpretation, our running of Tomcat. So it's not something we did wrong, it's the way that the engine got updated. So we've decided to deal with that by having our own Java runtime engine bundled, and then when it's installed, it's put into a place that is not targeted by a more general over-the-air, over-the-wire update. So we're hoping that will reduce a lot of the challenges and a lot of the support calls we've had in terms of people saying, hey, my dashboards are broken, when in reality it was simply an upgrade to Java runtime upsetting Tomcat on the way through. Another feature you should be aware of as a partner is we've installed a call home feature in 7.2. So if you're installing CRM, you should register the instance on the install, providing your BP contact name, the customer's name, and if you're not connected on the machine you're installing to, you can do it through the URL at sagecrm.com. It's productregistration.sagecrm.com. The idea is, as well as to stop license keys just going out there and not being adequately policed, is to give us more information on who's installing, where are we installing, what sort of customers have we got, which in turn informs development as well as understanding of our marketplace and where people are using the system. So I'd encourage you to make sure you fill that detail in. It will help us keep a track of customers and help you keep a track of all the customers we have of yours, so that we can work together in the future to make sure we get the right information to the right people. Now, as part of a new release, as ever, there's an update to the supported software matrices, so I just wanted to really point that out to you. Not necessarily to go blow by blow through this, but certainly just to say on the left-hand side there, this iPad OS support now for complete browsing on the iPad, and on the left-hand side, dropping of a few platforms in the older areas, and dropping of the solo or offline client of ours. As ever, these things are always a moving feast, so I'd encourage you to get the latest information from the community. So there's the software support matrix at that URL, and the latest updated system doc at the URL underneath. So we will always update you on releases about what's in, what's out, but for the latest information, please go in and check on the community and download the latest update from there. Finally, in today's session, I just wanted to bring you up to speed with some marketing materials. With our new release, there is, of course, new material to help you take the message to market. So we have a number of new pieces of information, including a 2-page data sheet, a presentation deck, a social media data sheet covering all the features, and some specific data sheets on the Sales Lite for iPhone and Sales Tracker for Windows 8. So do download those. They're on the community. They have been done in the new brand, so they're nice and clean and easy to consume. Quite good-looking pieces of marketing, I believe. And I'd encourage you to, well, first of all, make yourself familiar with them. Second of all, use them whenever you're meeting with your own clients to act as leave behinds. And finally, use them on your own website. After all, the more consistent messaging we have out in the marketplace, the more traction we'll get the Sage CRM product to have. As well as the new material, we've taken advantage of the new branding that's been released by Sage Group to update some existing Sage collateral as well. So this new, fresh content look, lots of white space, lots of interesting colors, clean lines. So just make sure you are using the most up-to-date content. The sorts of things you need to look at, and they're all on the community website in the business partner sales and marketing area. Sales presentations, product brochures, data sheets, and so on. So do take a look at that. Make sure you update your own collateral and your own websites in support of that new look and feel. As I noted, they're all in the marketing tools file folder on the community, and the sales support material in the sales tool file folder as well. For those of you that like to take some of the images and do something more with them, we do provide source files, so we're happy for you to take those images, etc., and then use them as part of your own collateral if you would like to change them up from what the standard kit is that we issue. So that's all I have to say today. It's just really a flying tour of the new release, some highlights of that. Everything's available for downloading now, including the release in your local OpCo area, including all the components like Facebook and Yammer, which are free to download, free to install, and of course all the Sage CRM sales collateral as well, all on the website. So take a look there. Thanks for tuning in. We'll hopefully get you another update in a month or two and share some more information with you. But for now, I wish you good selling, and go out there and make that Sage CRM name brand big and proud. Thanks for listening.